Everybody, guys. We're back at Trips. Still working on that boat engine of his. Just about got it wrapped up this Thursday night. Wasn't a whole heck of a lot to do to it from the previous week. As you saw, if you saw the video from last week, we got the heads on. All of that. This week, we really just had the valve train to wrap up. Getting the lifters in, putting the rockers on, checking push rod length, and if you've ever put an engine together, you know that anytime you change anything, push rod length usually changes too, and that was the case with this. Different heads than what was originally on the engine, different rocker arms, so the original push rods wouldn't have fit. Got extremely lucky, which I've put 4 or 5 engines together and I've never had this happen, but we actually had a set of push rods that were the correct length. He didn't have to go out and order anything, which is a true miracle. Every time I do something, the push rod, I always end up having to order more. But he got lucky. He had ones from a previous engine that fit right in, so he lucked out on that. It's a hydraulic roller, so setting the lash on those is a little bit different. If you've never done it before, you just take all the lash out of it, and then put, for these, because of the thread pitch on the rocker arm stand, we put a half turn into it to get the correct amount of preload onto the lifter. We also got the mandrel cut from the previous week. You'll see that getting bolted on here at the end. The intake, which is not shown, that did get drilled where it wouldn't bolt on from last week. Trip put it up in the mill and was able to surface the face of it for the bolt to have the correct angle. After this week, all that was left to do was just put valve covers on, get the carburetor on it, and get it put up on the run stand. Trip has a run stand, so I'm sure we'll go back over there once he gets that on and just fire the engine up and make sure everything is working. Nothing's crazy wrong with it. It's got oil going to everything. Runs okay, no misses. Get the timing set, and just the usual. That way, once he drops it in the boat, the thing is good to go and has nothing to worry about.
Okay, we took 480 off of this mandrel from last week's measurement to allow distance here to bottom out, which it does. We can now actually touch that. When it's all put together, everything will tighten up and be good.
Pull your pulleys off so that you see how it slips inside of the actual damper.
Modification to the pulley, so it'll sit.
Don't have any tools ready.
Perfectly flat. what we're doing here is not having, the mandrel is not actually holding everything together. This pulley is on the damper, bolted on, and of course the damper is always a press fit, so that's not really going to walk around anyway. We just made a little step cut there for that mandrel to fit in.
So it actually locates inside the damper like that. Yep. Locates in the damper, and then the pulley locates on the mandrel.
Yeah, generally you'd have a mandrel be like such, and then you'd be stacking pulleys out here for any kind of drive whatsoever. But this one, we wanted it in the stock position, not set off. That's why the little counter bore there, and then a face cut, so it sits flat on the damper, just like it would in the stock form. Just like that.
Yeah.
And drop right in. Got it just I think we measured about 6 thousandths under this surface, so everything will tighten up and won't come loose.
So the pulley is actually still flush to the damper.
The pulley will sit flat on the damper. You got like a 6 thou change right there. It's all going to get drawn down anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. And because these two pulleys are running what?
That'd be the Chevrolet water pump and alternator.
Okay.
Right here and here.
So that's that fresh water pump we were talking about.
This particular one is your seawater pump.
Yeah,
it goes through the exhaust.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
also the heat exchanger that cools down the water pump.
Right.
Huh. Pretty wild stuff.